है
और तो कोई नहीं।
मैं तो भी open करेंगे. Okay, see the gunshot questions from progression. Gunshot questions. Gunshot questions from progression. So what are the gunshot questions from progression? Here, right? Uh, 0.7 plus 0.77 plus 0.777 so on enters. Okay, this is one question. And find the enters. Next question. Find the enters like 5 plus 5 plus 555 plus so on enters. So the question is, so here find the n terms. Find the sum of n terms of this series, it's important. Next question, for 4 marks you will get from this only. 4 marks you will get from this only. So 2 mark question I gave you already. So the 2 mark question are, so what are the 2 mark questions? Already I gave you. This is what actually 2 mark question. This is what 4 mark question. And now 2 mark question from this chapter. You will get like if A comma G1 comma G2 comma B are in GP, so find the value of G1 G2. Find the value of G1 G2. Find the value of G1 into G2. This is the question mark. And next gunshot question already have given. Next gunshot question. Okay, next gunshot question, 2 mark question. If 11 times of 11th term is equal to 18 times of 7 times of 7th term, 7 times of 7th term of an AP, then find 18th term. Find 18th term or show 18th term equal to 0, or show 18th term is equals to 0. So this is very important question. And already 4 mark question. 7 plus 7 plus 777 plus so on n terms. Find value of sum of n terms. So from this question, these are the gunshot questions from progressions. And next gunshot questions we are having from quadratic equations already I have given. Next you are having the chapter coordinate geometry or analytical geometry. Coordinate geometry or analytical geometry. So coordinate geometry, first and foremost, you need to know that. Okay. These are the gunshot questions, Amma. Okay. And next we are having coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry
ये कौन है
From the coordinate geometry, you are having questions first. First, you need to know the formulas. What actually so if x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2 are the 2 points of line joining of the points of line joining, then the slope of the line, slope of line, that is m is equals y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. And next, this is the first formula. Second formula, a x1 y1 b x2 y2 are the 2 points of the line segment. Then the middle point, then the midpoint p is equals, this is called midpoint, x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. This is the formula for the midpoint. And third formula, if a x1 y1 b x2 y2 are the 2 points of the line joining AB, then the length of line segment, AB, then the length of line segment AB is equals square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is the third formula. See, I am giving you that all formulas, which if you know these formulas, you can do all the questions. First, I will explain you the formulas which are important. Later, I will explain you the gunshot questions. I will give you only gunshot questions. Now, next fourth one. This is what actually point A x1 y1, point B x2 y2, and here this is what a point P, which is x comma y, dividing the segment in the ratio of m is to n, internally and externally. You are having it is divides m is to n ratio. Then the ratio is, the point is, this is very important gunshot question. Then the point P, which divides in the m is to n ratio, which is equals mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. Next, my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. This is what actually the first formula when divides internally. This is what actually a point P divides internally. This is internal. You write here internally. When point divides internally. When point divide externally, P x comma y externally. Here I am writing externally. So then we use, instead of plus, we are using minus sign. That is what mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n, my2 minus ny1 by m minus n. So these two formulas, compulsory question based on these formulas. Say no other option. This is what actually is according to SCRT. We have this question every year. No other option other than this formula. They don't ask you. They'll ask you this question. Many a time they asked. And the next, so here,
अकेले सना फिरदौस देख ली सर.
my next, so here you see, if point P x1 y1 and the slope m, then slope point form of equation, slope point form of equation y minus y1 is equals m into x minus x1. Based on this formula, you will get one question. If p x1 y1 and slope m, then the slope point form of equation y minus y1 is equals m into x minus x1. And next, this is x-axis, and here it is a y-axis. This is a line divides x-axis at point a comma 0. Y-axis it is divided 0 comma b. Then the intercept form of equation. Then that is called as intercept form of equation. Intercept form of equation x by a plus y by b equals to 1. See, entire chapter depends upon these only these formulas beta and centroid. So one more 2 mark question, gunshot question. See, this is the gunshot question. This is a triangle
चार्ज ना कौन है रे
whose vertices a x1 y1, b x2 y2 and c x3 y3. There are the three vertices. See, a vertical line drawn through the vertex A is a median. A line drawn from vertex B is another median. A line drawn from vertex C. So the intersecting form, what is point of all these points is called centroid G. This centroid G is equals calculated by formula x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. So very important question. And one more gunshot question I'll give you. They may ask you 2 mark gunshot question. Now this is 1 mark gunshot question. Next 2 mark gunshot question. So 2 mark gunshot question, note it down. So here wait. 2 mark gunshot question. I am searching from the question paper I got secretly. I am searching this. Yeah. So here, this is a 2 mark circle. Center of the circle, diameter of the circle, and they'll give you. So what actually the end of the diameter, one end of the diameter, and they are given the center. We don't
Sir,
know.
what about tangents and secants?
Mama, I'll tell you this 2 mark question. I'll tell you tangents and secant also. Don't worry. So they'll ask you midpoint of the diameter equal to center of the circle. So here they give actually the points. Origin 0 0, origin 0 0, one end of is what actually 3 comma 2. Find another end h comma k. See, they'll ask you the question, if center of the diameter, sorry, if center of the circle, center of the circle is 0, 0, and one end of diameter 3, 2, then find the other end. This is compulsory question. This is gunshot question. Our next gunshot question. 4-mark gunshot question, ma. Next gunshot question. Say midpoint of the diameter 5, 5. Next, area of triangle. This is compulsory question. Area of triangle, delta is equals half into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x1 into x3 into y1 minus y2. So this is what actually area of triangle formula. Based on this, you are having one 4-mark question, one 2-mark question. So that 4-mark question and 2-mark question I am writing. That 4-mark question and 2-mark question I am writing now. Copy that. Frequently repeated, and tomorrow also it is going to be seen. In tomorrow's paper. Okay, that question is, which is none other than, okay, here, if a 4, minus 3, point to B 1, 3, C 5, minus 5, then show that these points are collinear. So that means what? You need to show that area of triangle equals to 0 using this formula, and substitute those in that. And next, very gunshot question. Okay, this is I'm keeping you 3 stars. Okay. Okay, P minus 2 minus 3 4 7 minus 1 are collinear. Then find the value of P. Okay, from this chapter, these two are the gunshot. You prepare these gunshot questions for tomorrow. And next, area of triangle. Find the area of quadrilateral. And one more gunshot question. This is 4-mark question, Amma. If A is equals minus 1 comma 6, B equals to minus 3 comma minus 9, C equals to 5 comma minus 8, D equals to 3 comma 9. Okay, are the vertices of quadrilateral, then find the area of quadrilateral. Then find the area of quadrilateral. Area of quadrilateral. So from this, you prepare this one, and next we'll enter into the tangents and secants. And next we are having, so the first and foremost, you copy that. Just a minute of tangents and secants. So you are having construction of a tangents and secants for 4-mark essay type question. You are having tangents and secants. Yeah, but just a moment. I'm opening tangents and secant chapter. Then I'll give you the important questions from tangents and secants. So here,
तमाशे कर रहा है कुछ भी एग्जाम आ
कौन? So the first and foremost, you need to know that tangent to a circle, and secant to a circle. First you need to know this. What is tangent to a circle and secant to a circle? This is what actually a circle. Any line which is passing through a circle which intersect at only one point. So this is which intersect the circle at only one point. Then this line is said to be tangent to a circle. Tangent to a circle. So that any line which passing through the circle and it is intersect the circle at only one point, then this is called as tangent to a circle. Not only this, this is also tangent to a circle. This is also tangent to a circle. This is also tangent to a circle. So like which is passing through, which is intersecting the circle at only one point. This line intersects the circle, it is here. This line intersects the circle is here. Okay, now here this is the center of the circle. It is a perpendicular. There is a radius which we call perpendicular line, and the line joining this one now will get a right angle triangle. Okay, here this is called, we can easily find out R, and this is what right angle triangle, hypotenuse and adjacent side, opposite side. We'll see that. This is what tangent. And next we go to the secant to a circle. Just what is secant to a circle? The secant to a circle, this is circle. A line passing through the circle. Now this is the line passes through a circle, but this line is intersecting the circle to distinct points. Here point P, point Q. So that any line which is intersecting the circle at two distinct points, then that line is said to be secant to a circle. So here Okay, common tangents, very important. Length of tangent. Length of tangent formula, we use, this is tangent to a circle, this is tangent to a circle, and it is the secant to a circle. Secant to a circle. Secant to a circle. And next we are having, so the length of tangent drawn a circle to a circle from radius r from external point at a distance d from the center. Then the length of tangent, that's very important 2-mark question. Very important 2-mark question. They will ask you, this is what actually a circle, it is a center, it is the radius of the circle. Now here, there is the point P from where a line is drawn. Okay, now what actually we use? So what actually here it is, the length of tangent. This is what actually D, a length of tangent we use. This is called the distance between the center and the point. And this length of tangent we calculate, length of tangent. Length of the tangent. So square root of d square minus r square. This is very important. This is very important. So almost common tangent. Now here you draw the common tangents. Next you will get questions from, this is what actually a circle of radius r1, and this is another circle radius r2. These are the two circles. These are the two circles of a radius r1 and r2. So this is what actually distance between two radii. D is what actually, D is nothing but radius of two circles, length of radius of two circles, and D is the distance between their centers. D is what actually distance between their centers. There are 4 cases we are having. So first case, each circle is in the exterior greater than sum of radii. This is very important, first point. When the two circles are not intersect. Second, circles touch externally. If circles touch externally, this is R1, R2. So then, here circles do not touch each other, then the distance between the two centers is greater than sum of their radii. And next, if two circles are touched externally, when two circles are touched externally, then the distance always equals to sum of radius. From this we will get compulsory one 2-mark question and objective. So